Hello, welcome back to my channel, Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the new releases in Christian fiction that are coming out in May and June 2020. This is a strange time in the world at the moment, so the dates I've got are the original dates for when books are going to be released in the USA, but if you are like me living outside of there, books may not arrive for quite some time. I've had emails from Amazon saying that some of my pre-orders are kind of indefinitely postponed. They don't know when they're going to be coming. I could order some of these books as ebooks, but I really prefer to read paperbacks at the moment. So, and as I already have quite a lot of books on my shelf that I could be reading, I will just wait and see when these arrive. So take these dates as possible dates. Let's have a look at some of the books that have interested me. A Mosaic of Wings by Kimberly Duffy is a historical fiction releasing on the 5th of May 2020. Determined to uphold her father's legacy, newly graduated Nora Shipley joins an entomology research expedition to India to prove herself in the field. In this spellbinding new land, Nora is faced with impossible choices between saving a young Indian girl and saving her career, and between what she's always thought she wanted and the man she's come to love. This one interested me partly from the cover, but also because it's based part of the time in India. I've never read a book set in India before, and also entomology, I think that's study of butterflies, and I love butterflies, so it sounds interesting to me. Stay With Me by Becky Wade is a contemporary novel releasing on the 5th of May 2020. Led to her hometown by a mysterious letter, Genevieve Woodward wakes in an unfamiliar cottage with the confused owner staring down at her. The last thing Sam Turner wants is to help a woman as troubled as she is talkative. But he can't turn her away when she needs him most. Will they be able to let go of the facades and loneliness they've always clung to? Becky Wade is quite a popular contemporary author, I think. I've got one of her books, but not read any yet. But this sounds like it should be quite a good contemporary romance. Of Literature and Lattes is a contemporary novel by Katherine Ray, releasing on the 12th of May 2020. After fleeing her hometown 3 years earlier, Alyssa Harrison never planned to return. Then the Silicon Valley startup she worked for collapsed and turned her world upside down. She is broke under FBI investigation and without a place to go. Having exhausted every option, she comes home to Winsome, Illinois, to regroup, then move on as quickly as possible. Yet as friends and family welcome her back, Alyssa begins to see a place for herself in this small Midwestern community. I've read a couple of books by Katherine Ray and really enjoyed them. I think this one might be set in the same town as the book she wrote last year. All of her books so far have had really good, strong characters that I've read, so I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. The Story Hunter by Lindsay A Franklin is a Christian fantasy novel, the third book in the Weaver trilogy, and it's releasing on the 19th of May 2020. I obviously don't want to read out the synopsis for this book because I don't want to read it myself, because I don't want to be spoiled for that series. I have the first book, but I haven't read it yet. Masquerade at Middlecrest Abbey by Abigail Wilson is a historical novel releasing on the 26th of May 2020. When widowed Lord Torrington agreed to spy for the crown, he never planned to impersonate a highwayman, let alone rob the wrong carriage. Stranded on the road with an unconscious young woman, he is forced to propose marriage to protect his identity as well as his dangerous mission. Trapped by not only the duty to her country but her limited options, Miss Elizabeth Cantrell and her illegitimate son are whisked away to Middlecrest Abbey by none other than the elder brother of her son's absent father. Afraid of what Lord Torrington might do if he learns of her son's true identity, Elizabeth must remain one step ahead of her fragile heart, her uncertain future, and the relentless mystery person bent on her new family's ruin. This book sounds like it's got some intrigue in it, but it also sounds fun from the tone of the description. So I think I'm going to like that one. I'm not sure if it's third in a series or whether they're just similar types. She writes similar types of novels. I think this one you could just read it on its own. A Gilded Lady by Elizabeth Camden is an historical novel releasing on the 2nd of June 2020. This is the second book in the Hope and Glory series. I read the first book earlier later last year, and I enjoyed that one. This one is following the the sister of the man in that one. Her name's Caroline, and she was quite an interesting character in the first book, so it'll be interesting to see how her story continues. The Crushing Depths by Dani Pettrey is a mystery and suspense novel releasing on the 30th of June 2020, which is the second book in the Coastal Guardians series. When an accident claims the life of an oil rig worker off the North Carolina coast, Coast Guard investigators Rissy Dawson and Mason Rogers are sent to take the case, but mounting evidence shows the death may not have been an accident at all, and they find themselves racing to discover the killer's identity before he eliminates the threat they pose. I remember talking about the first book in this series last year, and I haven't read it yet, but it still interests me. Maybe it's because of living on the coast. That kind of a mystery surrounding the coast seems more interesting to me. Set the Stars Alight by Amanda Dykes is a dual contemporary and historical novel releasing on the 30th of June 2020. Reeling from the loss of her parents, Lucy Claremont discovers an artefact under the floorboards of their London flat, leading her to an old seaside estate. Aided by her childhood friend Dashiell, a renowned forensic astronomer, they start to unravel a history of heartbreak, sacrifice and love begun 200 years prior, one that may offer the healing each seeks. So far I've enjoyed the dual time period novels that I've read, and they seem to kind of hold a bit of both worlds really that I like. I'm not sure what a forensic astronomer actually does. Maybe anyone know? But yeah, I enjoyed Amanda Dykes' book last year, and I enjoyed the style of it. It was slightly different literary style, so hopefully this one will be really good as well. So that's all the books I have for you today. Let me know in the comments if any of them interest you, or if you've got any other ones that you know are coming out that you are really excited for. And until next time, I will see you again. Bye.